Hello, friends. If you have any doubts about the real estate exam and you want your exam to be cleared on the very first attempt, and you want to practice so well that no matter what question comes up in your exam, you can solve it easily, then I request all of you to watch this video from start to finish. All right, friends, let's move forward and start this video.
Question number 1. A homeowner allows a neighbor to use a private driveway to access the neighbor's land. If the benefit permanently belongs to the neighboring property rather than to the individual owner, this arrangement is classified as A. Easement appurtenant, B. License, C. Easement in gross, D. Leasehold estate. Correct answer. A. Easement appurtenant. An easement appurtenant benefits a neighboring parcel and generally transfers with the land. Question number 2. A buyer purchases a home for $640,000 and makes a 25% down payment. What amount will the lender finance? A. $500,000, B. $480,000, C. $510,000, D. $490,000. Correct answer, B. $480,000. The lender finances 75% of the purchase price after the 25% down payment. Question number 3. A listing broker owes the seller loyalty, obedience, confidentiality, disclosure, accounting, and reasonable care throughout the transaction. These obligations are collectively known as A. Statutory duties, B. Fiduciary duties, C. Contractual warranties, D. Agency disclosures. Correct answer B. Fiduciary duties. Fiduciary duties require agents to act in their client's best interests. Question number 4. A homeowner installs a luxury swimming pool costing $80,000, but local buyers are willing to pay only $45,000 more for the property because of it. Which appraisal principle best explains this outcome? A. Balance, B. Progression, C. Contribution, D. Competition. Correct answer. C. Contribution. Contribution measures the value an improvement adds, not its construction cost. Question number 5. A property owner signs a document transferring ownership to a buyer immediately after receiving the agreed purchase price. Which legal instrument transfers title? A. Promissory note, B. Mortgage, C. Listing agreement, D. Deed. Correct answer. D. Day. Question number 6. A homeowner owns land directly bordering a natural lake and has legal rights to reasonably use the shoreline. These rights are called littoral rights, B. Riparian rights, C. Air rights, D. Mineral rights. Correct answer A. Littoral rights. Littoral rights apply to properties bordering lakes, seas, and oceans. Question number 7. A lender reviews a property's value and determines that it is lower than the agreed purchase price. Unless the buyer increases the down payment, the lender refuses to finance the full amount. What primarily caused this issue? A. A title defect, B. A low appraisal, C. An expired listing agreement, D. An easement dispute. Correct answer B. A low appraisal, lenders base loan amounts on the appraised value, not just the contract price. Question number 8. A property sells for $375,000 and the broker earns a 4% commission. What is the total commission? A. $14,000, B. $15,000, C. $16,000. $18,000? Correct answer, B. $15,000. Multiply $375,000 by 4% to calculate a commission of $15,000. Question number 9. A seller intentionally fails to disclose repeated basement flooding that occurred every spring, even though the problem is not visible during the showing. This is an example of A. Puffing, B. Negligence, C. Fraudulent concealment, D. Innocent misrepresentation. Correct answer, C. Fraudulent concealment. Deliberately hiding a known material defect is fraudulent concealment. Question number 10. A buyer and seller sign a purchase agreement, but the sale depends on the buyer obtaining financing within 30 days. This provision is known as A. Financing contingency, B. Escalation clause, C. Due on sale clause, D. Acceleration clause. Correct answer, A. Financing contingency. A financing contingency allows the buyer to cancel if financing cannot be obtained. Question number 11. A property owner allows a telecommunications company to install and maintain a cellular tower on a portion of the property. The right granted benefits the company rather than a neighboring parcel. This arrangement is an example of A. Easement per tenant, B. Easement in gross, C. License, D. Tenancy at will. Correct answer, B. Easement in gross. An easement in gross benefits a person or business instead of another parcel of land. Question number 12. A buyer agrees to purchase a home for $580,000 and makes a 15% down payment. What amount will the lender finance? A. $493,000, B. $490,000, C. $500,000, $495,000. Correct answer, A. $493,000. The lender finances 85% of the purchase price after the 15% down payment. Question number 13. A homeowner dies with a valid will that names the beneficiaries who will receive the property. The legal process used to administer the estate is called A. Escheat, B. Adverse possession, C. Probate, D. Intestate succession. Correct answer, C. Probate. Probate is the legal process of administering a deceased person's estate under a valid will. Question number 14. A buyer signs a purchase contract after relying on a seller's knowingly false statement that the home has never experienced water damage. Which legal term best describes the seller's conduct? A. Puffing, B. Fraudulent misrepresentation, C. Negligence. Waiver correct answer, B. Fraudulent misrepresentation. Knowingly making false statements about material facts is fraudulent misrepresentation. Question number 15. A buyer chooses one home instead of another, nearly identical property because it is listed at a lower price. Which appraisal principle best explains the buyer's decision? A. Contribution, B. Substitution, C. Balance, D. Conformity. Correct answer, B. Substitution. Buyers generally choose a similar property with the lower price. Question number 16. A tenant rents an apartment on a month-to-month basis without a fixed ending date. What type of tenancy does this arrangement create? A. Estate for years. B. Tenancy at sufferance, C. Periodic tenancy, D. Tenancy in common. Correct answer, C. Periodic tenancy, A. Periodic tenancy automatically renews until either party provides proper notice. Question number 17. Before approving a mortgage, a lender orders an independent report to verify that the property's market value supports the requested loan amount. This report is called a N. A. Appraisal, B. Survey, C. Home inspection, D. Title search. Correct answer, A. Appraisal. An appraisal provides an independent estimate of a property's market value. Question number 18. A borrower makes the final mortgage payment and the lender files a document releasing its lien from the property. This document is known as A. Mortgage note, B. Satisfaction of mortgage, C. Deed of trust, D. Lis pendens. Correct answer, B. Satisfaction of mortgage. A satisfaction of mortgage officially releases the lender's lien after repayment. Question number 19. A seller transfers whatever ownership interest they have in a property, but provides no promises regarding the quality of the title. Which deed is being used? A. General warranty deed. B. Bargain and sale deed. C. Special warranty deed. Correct answer C. Quitclaim deed. A. Quitclaim deed transfers ownership interest without any title warranties. Question number 20. A buyer submits a written purchase offer that exactly matches all of the seller's advertised terms. The seller signs the offer without making any changes. At that moment, the contract is created through A. Novation, B. Assignment, C. Consideration, D. Acceptance. Correct answer D. Acceptance. A binding contract is formed when an offer is accepted without changes. Question number 21. A property owner refuses to comply with a local ordinance requiring overgrown vegetation to be removed because it creates a fire hazard. Which government power allows the city to enforce this regulation? A. Eminent domain. B. Police power. C. Taxation. Taxation. Correct answer B. Police power. Police power allows governments to enact regulations protecting public health, safety, and welfare. Question number 22. A buyer purchases a property for $760,000 and obtains a mortgage covering 80% of the purchase price. How much is the buyer's down payment? A. $152,000, B. $160,000, C. $148,000, D. $156,000. Correct answer A. $152,000. A 20% down payment on $760,000 equals $152,000. Question number 23. A homeowner grants another person the authority to sign closing documents while the homeowner is overseas. Which legal document gives this authority? A. Listing agreement. B. Purchase agreement. C. Power of attorney. D. Mortgage. Note, correct answer C. Power of attorney. A power of attorney authorizes another individual to legally act on someone's behalf. Question number 24. An investor purchases land because a new commuter rail station is expected to open nearby, increasing property values in the area. Which appraisal principle best explains the investor's decision? A. Change. B. Contribution. C. Competition. D. Anticipation. Correct answer D. Anticipation. Anticipation recognizes that expected future benefits influence present market value. Question number 25. A tenant remains in possession after the lease expires without the landlord's permission. The landlord begins eviction proceedings instead of accepting additional rent. The tenant is occupying under A. Tenancy at sufferance, B. Estate for years, C. Periodic tenancy, D. Tenancy at will. Correct answer. A. Tenancy at sufferance. A. Tenancy at sufferance occurs when a tenant remains after the lease ends without consent. Question number 26. A buyer wants assurance that no unpaid liens or ownership disputes exist before closing. Which professional is primarily responsible for examining public records relating to ownership? Home inspector B. Title company C. Surveyor D. Property manager. Correct answer B. Title company A. Title company examines public records to identify liens, defects, and ownership issues. Question number 27. A homeowner permanently installs a built-in dishwasher that is connected to the home's plumbing and electrical systems. When the property is sold, the dishwasher is generally considered A. Personal property, B. Trade fixture, C. Chattel, D. Fixture. Correct answer D. Fixture. Permanently attached items normally become fixtures and transfer with the property. Question number 28. A borrower signs a document promising to repay a mortgage loan according to specified terms, including the interest rate and repayment schedule. This document is called A. Deed, promissory note. C. Title policy. D. Listing agreement. Correct answer B. Promissory note. A. Promissory note contains the borrower's promise to repay the loan. Question number 29. A broker advertises a property as the finest home in the neighborhood, but makes no false statements about measurable facts. This statement is best classified as A. Fraud, B. Negligence, C. Puffing, D. Misrepresentation. Correct answer. C. Puffing. Puffing consists of opinions or exaggerations that are not considered factual claims. Question number 30. A homeowner purchases title insurance to protect against covered ownership defects that existed before the property was acquired. What does this policy primarily protect? A. Future market value. B. The lender's monthly payments. C. Property tax increases. D. Ownership interest in the property. Correct answer D. Ownership interest in the property. Owner's title insurance protects against covered title defects affecting ownership rights. Question number 31. A homeowner grants a neighboring property owner the permanent right to use a shared driveway to access a public road. This right automatically transfers when either property is sold. This arrangement is best described as A. License, B. Easement appurtenant, C. Easement in gross, D. Leasehold estate. Correct answer B. Easement appurtenant. An easement appurtenant benefits a neighboring parcel and generally transfers with the land. Question number 32. A property is purchased for $425,000 and the buyer makes a 12% down payment. How much will the lender finance? A. $374,000, B. $376,000, C. $380,000, D. $371,000. Correct answer A. $374,000. The lender finances 88% of the purchase price after a 12% down payment. Question number 33. A real estate salesperson presents all purchase offers to the seller, including one that appears unusually low. Which fiduciary duty requires this action? A. Confidentiality. B. Accounting. C. Disclosure. D. Loyalty. Correct answer C. Disclosure. Agents must promptly disclose all material information and present every offer to the client. Question number 34. A homeowner replaces worn carpeting with premium hardwood flooring, but the home's value increases by less than the installation cost. Which appraisal principle explains this result? A. Substitution. B. Contribution. Correct answer D. Contribution measures an improvement's effect on market value rather than its cost. Question number 35. A seller signs a listing agreement giving one brokerage the exclusive right to market and sell the property. Even if the owner personally finds the buyer, the brokerage is still entitled to a commission. This is known as an A. Exclusive right to sell listing, B. Open listing, C. Net listing, D. Exclusive agency listing. Correct answer A. Exclusive right to sell listing. The broker earns a commission regardless of who procures the buyer. Question number 36. A homeowner owns property bordering a navigable river and has legal rights to make reasonable use of the water. These rights are called A. Littoral rights, B. Mineral rights, C. Riparian rights, D. Air rights. Correct answer C. Riparian rights. Riparian rights apply to landowners whose property borders rivers and streams. Question number 37. A lender requires a borrower to maintain flood insurance because the property is located within a designated flood hazard area. What is the lender primarily protecting? A. The buyer's credit history. B. The seller's equity. C. The lender's collateral. D. The brokerage commission. Correct answer C. The lender's collateral insurance helps protect the lender's financial interest in the secured property. Question number 38. A property sells for $690,000 and the brokerage earns a 5.5% commission. What is the total commission? A, $36,950, B, $37,950, C, $38,450, Dad, $39,950. Correct answer B, $37,950. Multiply $690,000 by 5.5% to calculate the commission. Question number 39. A buyer agrees to purchase a property only after confirming that no undisclosed legal claims or ownership disputes exist against it. Which document provides evidence of this protection? A, property survey, B, home inspection report, C, title insurance policy, D, listing agreement. Correct answer C, title insurance policy. Title insurance protects against covered title defects affecting ownership. Question number 40. A property owner refuses to rent an apartment solely because an applicant has a physical disability, even though the applicant meets all financial qualifications. Which federal law has most likely been violated? A, Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, B, Equal Credit Opportunity Act, ECOA, C, Truth in Lending Act, TILA, D, Fair Housing Act. Correct answer D, Fair Housing Act. The Fair Housing Act prohibits housing discrimination based on disability and other protected classes. Question number 41. A borrower stops making mortgage payments, and after all legal requirements are met, the lender sells the property to recover the unpaid loan balance. This legal process is known as A, partition, B, foreclosure, C, eminent domain, D, eschgiat. Correct answer B, foreclosure. Foreclosure allows a lender to recover a debt after a borrower defaults on the mortgage. Question number 42. A, property sells for $950,000 and the listing agreement provides for a 5% commission that will be divided equally between the listing and buyer's brokerages. How much does each brokerage receive? A, $23,750, B, $24,750, C, $22,500, D, $25,000. Correct answer, A, $23,750. A 5% commission is $47,500, split equally into $23,750 for each brokerage. Question number 43. A seller conveys property with a deed that guarantees title only against defects arising during the seller's ownership period. Which type of deed is being used? A, general warranty deed, B, quitclaim deed, C, bargain and sale deed, D, special warranty deed. Correct answer D, special warranty deed. A special warranty deed protects against title defects occurring during the seller's ownership. Question number 44. A, county acquires several privately owned parcels to build a new public school and pays each owner fair market value. Which government power authorizes this acquisition? A, police power, B, taxation, C, eminent domain, D, eschcorrect. Correct answer C, eminent domain. Eminent domain permits government acquisition of private property for public use with just compensation. Question number 45. A homeowner renovates a property so its size, style, and quality closely match other homes in the neighborhood, helping preserve its market value. Which appraisal principle is illustrated? A, conformity, B, competition, C, change, D, regression. Correct answer A, conformity. Conformity suggests properties maintain value when they are similar to surrounding properties. Question number 46. A purchase contract states that the buyer may cancel the agreement if the property fails to appraise at or above the agreed purchase price. This clause is known as an A, financing contingency, B, home inspection contingency, C, appraisal contingency, D, escalation clause. Correct answer C, appraisal contingency. An appraisal contingency protects buyers if the appraised value is insufficient. Question number 47. A landlord repeatedly enters a tenant's apartment without notice and without a valid emergency, making it difficult for the tenant to peacefully occupy the unit. Which legal right has most likely been violated? A, right of redemption, B, quiet enjoyment, C, specific performance, constructive notice. Correct answer B, quiet enjoyment. Tenants are entitled to peaceful possession without unreasonable interference from the landlord. Question number 48. A borrower selects a mortgage with an interest rate that will remain the same for the entire 15-year loan term. This loan is classified as A, adjustable rate mortgage, B, fixed rate mortgage, C, reverse mortgage, D, balloon mortgage. Correct answer B, fixed rate mortgage. A fixed rate mortgage maintains the same interest rate throughout the loan term. Question number 49. A real estate agent advertises a property as having the best backyard in town, but makes no false statements about measurable facts. This statement is considered A, puffing, B, fraudulent concealment, C, misrepresentation, D, negligence. Correct answer A, puffing. Puffing consists of opinions or exaggerated sales statements rather than factual representations. Question number 50. Before closing, a buyer purchases an owner's title insurance policy. What is the primary purpose of this policy? A, guarantee future property appreciation. B, protect against future maintenance expenses. C, protect the owner's interest from covered title defects. D, eliminate the need for a property survey. Correct answer. C, protect the owner's interest from covered title defects. Owner's title insurance protects against covered title problems that existed before ownership transferred.
Hopefully you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do give it a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, take a moment to check out the other videos on the channel and be sure to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you so much everyone for watching.